So I'm enjoying a smoothie for my second breakfast. I can now sit with my legs up and it doesn't hurt me. A little bit of pressure here. Not too bad though. I'm going to do it because I like it. And I don't know how much of this I'll drink at once because I've made the smoothie with omega-3 fats, so it's pretty much, I can't drink that much before I feel like, oh, I've had enough. That's okay. I mean, honestly, this, I just smeared smoothie all over my fake plants. This time of year when the weather is warm like this and smoothies are enjoyable, it's really easy to make dinners. And they're so yum. James doesn't like them. I don't know why. They're just like a milkshake. Only, I mean, mine aren't sweet, really. I don't like sweet. So, there's that. He should just put some sweetener in his. Like, throw in some honey and he'll be fine. What I was going to talk to you about is female empowerment, I suppose. And how using applicator-free tampons don't do that. They don't empower you. If you're a teenage girl and you're choosing a product like that, it is probably because you're self-conscious. You're not at all empowered. And you don't even really know what it is, you know, to be empowered. You really don't know. So, you're a self-conscious teenage girl. And what is first and foremost on your mind is maybe being popular or something, being liked. Or probably being liked by boys, or maybe not boys, maybe girls, if that's your thing, whatever. But in any case, I would say the ones that probably have more issues with this are probably the ones who are more interested in being liked by boys. But I don't know. Anyway. One thing for sure is teenage girls are very self-conscious about, they don't want to draw attention to the fact that they menstruate, really. They like developing in other ways, but not that. I don't remember being very happy about that. I remember having a lot of unhappy period days where that product would leak or something, or you'd need to exchange it for another product, and in the middle of class you get up and the girl behind you says, "Oh, your skirt," and you're like, "Oh no," and so then you rush off to wear your gym strip for the rest of the day. Just terrible. But anyway, when you're older, hopefully you get over that, because you know what, you're gonna do that every 28 days? Get used to it. It's just a part of being female and within that age group. So, and it lasts a long time. And so anyway, like my last period, I should be coming up on one soon. But anyway, but anyone needs to know that. I had an unhappy period day, but I chose to not care. So I had went shopping, and a young woman at the cash register, she said, come here, you know, as I was going. And she was really embarrassed, you know. And she was like, your pants have something on it. You know, she couldn't even say your menstrual product, whatever, has leaked. And she was all embarrassed about it. And so I was like, oh, yeah, I bled. That's, you know, it's fine. I'm shopping. I'll get home and I'll deal with it. Thank you. And I carried on shopping, and I went, because you know what? I was not about to just rush home, and I was walking anyway, so I was walking all over town showing off my blood spot, whatever. I don't care. I'm 40 some years old now. This has happened a few times, and I'm tired of being embarrassed of something. Like the other day, I was talking to my father-in-law, and I was trying to make him feel comfortable about wearing bladder control products, because when you get older, things get more difficult that way, and sometimes you just need to use the products, and don't feel embarrassed about it if you need to. Like, I'll tell you right now, when it's cold weather and I'm rushing home, I've been walking around town, whatever, and say I drank coffee in the morning, oh, that's going to make it a lot worse, and I'm fumbling with my keys at the door, it is fairly likely that I'm not going to make it to the washroom. So there you go. It happens to me. And it'll happen more often once you get, as a woman, once you get past, say, 38. 38, all of a sudden, good luck. Good luck getting, your whatever. It's not fun. And for the first few times, you're all teary-eyed and you're like, oh, what's wrong with me? Anyway, get over it. And same thing with the periods. You just get used to it. Who cares? It's a part of life. But anyway, I was talking to the father-in-law, and I was trying to encourage him to use bladder control products, because anyway, I don't need to share that about other people. But my point was that he equated it to having to use menstrual products. He's like, well, women have to use these every month, and and it's like, okay, but sure, a woman having to use menstrual products, no, that's a part of it's not exactly the same. Using bladder control products for a man is like using bladder control products for a woman. And sometimes I think, maybe if I'm going out walking in the winter when I've had some coffee, perhaps I should have put something on, because if I come to the door and I'm having to, James is locked and I'm fumbling, and I should probably just plan ahead, or else expect to do laundry, I suppose, and mop in front of the door. Anyway, what this product does for teenagers is or teenage girls, is it gets you ready to be a part of the workforce. Because in other cultures, or in our own in the past, or whatever, I don't know how far back you'd have to go actually and our own is a ridiculous kind of, because Canadian culture, what is that? It's a mixture of so many different cultures, and honestly, I have no idea when. People don't talk about these things, right? So I don't know when this changed. I know if you look at different tribal cultures, they'll have the women, when they're menstruating, sometimes they're off in a little hut all on their own, and that's the menstruating women's hut. And they go there, that's where they do their thing, and they don't have contact with the men. Now, I think what this product has done has not empowered women. I think it has done the exact opposite. So what it does is it makes it so that you don't have a time where you retreat to your hut and you just relax and get through the process, which is natural process that happens every month, and you're in pain, and all you want to do is put a hot water bottle here and sit with it, and then having to do anything, sometimes the pain's so bad you're like, oh, and you end up taking painkillers to try to still function a bit. and you're using these products and you're whatever. But all you want to do is retreat home to your bed or whatever and just get through it, right? But in this world, in this society, and in most these days, women don't have that option. They don't have that time to retreat home and put the hot water bottle and just get through it. So they are taught that this is somehow great for them. You know, this is good for you. You can get out there and stay active, which is really stay in the workforce, working like a man, when you are having your period. So you don't have to have time off for that. But you feel terrible, and you have like this PMS period and stuff where your moods are all crazy, and I shouldn't say crazy. That was terrible of me. Other people will perceive that as your moods as being that way, is what I should have said. But, and like for me, it's like all of a sudden it's the end of the world and I'm all teary and I'm really quite emotional. And, you know, for people who know me well, they'll just ask, oh, are you going to, yeah. Oh yeah, that's exactly what's happening. You know, it's not the end of the world, it's just almost the start of a period. So you get a little bit of warning there. But anyway, an emotional warning, if I clue into it. But then, so you have that period of time to get through. And some people will take like antidepressant sort of drugs to get through this, right? So that they can function like a normal person, which is like a man, right? So you're getting through that period, of the emotional period, and some people are taking medication to get through that part. And then there's the pain part that you're like, okay, well, I can take some painkillers for that. And so you're taking that. And really, it's all just to, should you be taking those things? This is a natural process that happens every month. You're going to bleed every month. And really what you should probably be doing, I think, is retreating and taking care of yourself. And just, it's a natural thing. If you're in bed with a hot water bottle or whatever, or, you know, watching good documentaries that you need to watch with your hot water bottle, and just at home with your washable menstrual pads, and maybe you put a little towel underneath you when you're sleeping, fold up a towel, and if you have some leakage on your shirt, you don't go, oh no, so embarrassing, I'm human. You just get some peroxide. Get some hydrogen peroxide, really cheap. And if you have some leakage, you'd put a little bit of that on your clothing and it washes right out. You don't have to scrub, you don't have to do any of that. When I was young, my mother didn't tell me. I don't think she knew about hydrogen peroxide taking blood out. It works like a charm. But she'd tell me I have to scrub my sheets. She didn't tell me to fold up a towel to sleep on or anything like that. No. So every time I was getting my period when I was 11 years old or 12 years old, I'd be scrubbing at night. You know, I'd wake up and I'd leaked and I'd be scrubbing sheets by hand. No. So anyway, that's not empowering. So yeah, I don't agree with the use of these products. It took me a long time to realize that all these do is make it so that you are able to work a full-time job, 9 to 5, or whatever hours, without taking a break. So it does not benefit you. It benefits your employer. So it's ridiculous, actually. And I'll talk about other issues with it. But that's it right now. That's good enough for now.